Trump had a long phone call with Russia's President Vladimir Putin. And while the two discussed pressing matters concerning the war between Russia and Ukraine, the topic that has piqued our curiosity and interest is that of reigniting ice hockey fixtures between the two countries. And Kremlin claims that Trump has backed Putin's idea of ice hockey matches between USA and Russia to resume. Is Trump using ice hockey to bring Russia back into the sporting fold? Because ever since their Ukraine invasion, the country has been sidelined in the sporting world. Furthermore, is the public fallout with Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky the reason behind all of this? Our next report tells you more.
Tensions between Russia and Ukraine are far from over despite the peace talks. US President Donald Trump, in fact, had a long conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The major topic was supposedly bringing a ceasefire. But he went on to talk about the old ties between America and Russia instead. Not the political or trade ties, but sporting relations. The Kremlin says Trump has backed Putin's suggestion of bringing back ice hockey fixtures between America and Russia. America's National Hockey League, or the NHL, and Russia's Continental Hockey League, or KHL, have played exhibition games in the past. In 2008, the New York Rangers faced Metallurg Magnitogorsk. In 2010, the NHL had 2 games against KHL teams as part of its Premier Challenge Series 2. But ever since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the relations between the NHL and KHL went into cold storage. The NHL advised its teams not to contact anyone from the KHL. A complete full stop was imposed like the rest of the sporting world did. Following the war, Russian players have been banned by the IOC, FIFA and other sports governing bodies, leading to Russia's sporting structure taking a massive hit. They were forced to play matches against lower-ranked sides among many sporting disciplines. So is it just Trump's newfound love for hockey that is the reason behind this? Or is the infamous White House meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky the real cause?
We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly what
this.
you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good. We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position.
After talks between Trump and Zelensky turned ugly,
And he happens to be right about it.
it comes as no surprise that Trump is using sports as a medium to build a bridge with Russia. The question here, though, is will it just be restricted to ice hockey alone? Or will Trump prove to be the means for Russia's re-inclusion in other sports as well? Because ice hockey might just be a starting point to a larger picture. The 2028 LA Olympics will be hosted in America. Trump would still hold the Oval Office when the Olympics are organized. During the Paris Olympics, Russian and Belarusian players were only allowed to compete under a neutral flag. There was no mention of Russia and Belarus owing to the war. But maybe with Trump deciding to back Russia over hockey, he might force the IOC to bring Russia back for the mega event. But how will the rest of the world react? The world stood united in banning Russia and used sports to serve as an example for something bigger. Will Trump's decision to back Putin's idea spark outrage in the sporting world?
Firstpost brings you the Ideas Pod at the Raisina Dialogue 2025. The largest gathering of global policymakers, thought leaders, and innovators, now on the fastest growing international news platform. Big ideas, big debates, big impact. Only at the Ideas Pod. Firstpost gives you front row access to the conversations that matter most. The Ideas Pod. Raisina Dialogue 2025 on Firstpost.
Do you think that Ukraine is at its weakest position?
This war is not about Ukraine.
Do you believe that your president was insulted? Yes or no question? Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.
Diplomacy will work?
Yes,
Do you
it
think
will.
Russia will give up the territory if there is no ceasefire? Do you propose to keep fighting?
We are ready to resist.
Do you think there will be peace?
Many countries gave us 3 days.
President Trump said you don't have any cards.
We do not have another choice.
How do you keep fighting?
You ask me once again the same question.
Because you've not answered my question.
We have enough capacities to keep fighting.